YouTube and all these damn ads. Annoying. Micnifisent.
Man, what's up? What's up, baby boy?
Man, we about to end this with an Horry County classic, man.
Yeah, what's happening? Turn on. Yeah, go ahead and put me on that bitch, man. What's up?
Turn your camera on.
My shit on. You don't see me?
Nope.
I'm on up. You hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
I'm on up. I can see me on there. I can see me on there. You don't see me?
Nope.
Alright, hold up. Can you see me now?
Yeah.
What's happening? Can you see me?
Yeah, we can see you now.
Alright. Yeah, what's happening? Everybody know I represent with the damn Snakey Baby style. Make that money pile.
Ain't nobody gonna rip like me, spit like me, drop them hot grits like me. Y'all clap it up for Micnifisent. Horry County legend.
It's like me. Drop them hot grits like me. Anybody gonna rip like me, spit like me, flip like me, drop them hot grits like me. When I had nobody to say that, we got really coming to go cut. I never had a problem with that was so love. Hey man, RP to Camoflauge, man. Big RP to my nigga Camoflauge. Crazy low. I can't hit blocks. Anybody gonna rip like this, like this, like this, RP to Camoflauge, man.
That's Micnifisent himself, y'all. That's the legend himself. That's Micnifisent himself, y'all. Y'all go follow him.
Just like me. I'm relaxing about the chain and notice. Keep banging package flow so dang. Make it say, okay. We run it. Like Marshall Falk. Spike the ball in the ground against the wall. We knock it out of the ball. They think they calling it fall. Oh, yes you is. Oh, yes you did.
Rich like me.
Yeah, that's right, my boy. That's right, my boy.
That's the hot grits legend himself, man.
RP to Camoflauge, man.
Man,
the legendary Camoflauge, man.
Before we get out of here, man, can we just chop it up for a couple seconds, man?
Talk to me.
Man, what was it like going up against Bow Wow? Like, didn't y'all have some type of like situation, some type of altercation or something?
Yeah, of course we did. You could go look that up. Of course, Bow Wow, when I was 14 years old rapping with Camoflauge, you know what I'm saying? Before I had an issue with Bow Wow, you know, because before I met the legendary Camoflauge, the legendary rapper from Savannah, Georgia, before I met him, I was already interacting with famous rappers who were established like Ludacris, Jadakiss, Fabulous. I was already interacting with these guys. I was in their presence. You know what I'm saying? I was promoting my music to them. I was passing my demos out to these guys. Around that time, I was 12 years old. These guys would never sign me, though. They wouldn't sign me, but they had my demos. And in particular, I remember on one occasion, I gave one of my demos to the Jagged Edge group, the group Jagged Edge. At that time, they was fucking with Jermaine Dupri and Bow Wow them. They had got one of my demos. I was like 12 years old at this time, but these guys would never sign me. So the next thing you know, I'll say probably about a few weeks later, this new artist comes out, Lil Bow Wow. You feel what I'm saying? He comes out. He was more prettier than me, you know what I'm saying? A light-skinned cat with braids. I was a darkie, whatever the case may be. But I realized that he had my style. You know what I'm saying? He was using my same delivery, you know, so it was people in my camp, like my manager, my mom, my uncles, you know what I'm saying? They were very upset because they were like, it's no way that a artist it's no way that this young man has this similar style as me. And you know, my name was Micnifisent at the time. My rap name is Micnifisent. You know, so my people was like, there's no way that Bow Wow and Micnifisent's style is so similar. It's so similar. It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. And what they concluded was that Bow Wow's team, Jermaine Dupri and them, was training to do with my demos that I was passing out to all these artists and that I gave to Jagged Edge. So that's what they concluded. That so at this time I was eager to get on. When Bow Wow came out, he was in the videos with the bounce with me thing. All I wanna do is see you bounce with me, bounce. He came out with his little video and shit. And so at this point I was eager to get on. So my manager came to me and he was like, since these major artists are not signing you, I want to offer you an opportunity to sign with an independent artist whose name is Camoflauge. He signed to an independent record label called Pure Pain Records. But Camoflauge he also has a major record label deal with Universal Records. So I'm like, man, look, I just met Ludacris, Jadakiss. I done met all these famous rappers. I wasn't familiar who Camoflauge was. I wasn't familiar with him because he was just up and coming in the game. So I was like, I wasn't even sure if I wanted to meet him. But then that's when my manager pulled out an album of Camoflauge that Universal Records dropped for him. He pulled out the album and he showed me the album. And he was like, listen, man, you know what I'm saying? This is Camoflauge right here. He really has a major record label deal. We're going to try to get you to sign with this independent record label because they are the ones that got him the major record label deal. So when I looked at his album, I realized that it was a real album. He had the real. You got to think this was back in the year of 2000. This was back in the year of 2000. What? 2001, 2002. So me looking at his album and I seen a real Universal Records stamp on it. I seen a real booklet in the album with the real graphics and everything. I knew that he was really signed. So I said, yeah, man, I can't wait to meet this. I want to meet Camoflauge. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he really signed. So anyway, you know, I'm from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So we drove up to Savannah, Georgia, where Camoflauge is from. And when we drove up there, you know what I'm saying? I introduced myself as Micnifisent. I explained to him that it's an artist out named Lil Bow Wow. You know what I'm saying? And he got my style. You know what I'm saying? My demos was passed out to members of his team. And my team is really discombobulated about the fact that our styles are so similar because they feel like it's not a coincidence. So anyway, Camoflauge, he looked at my profile, he looked at my biography, he looked at all the interactions that I had with all those major those major artists. You know, he was going ballistic, man. He was going crazy when he seen me beside Ludacris and all these other people. He seen that I had the power and the potential to be in the presence of established artists. And he even told me that his label from Universal was reaching out to these artists and they couldn't even contact some of these artists. So when he seen how focused I was on my grind, that's when we explained to him about the Bow Wow situation again. And he said, okay, at first he wasn't a believer. He didn't believe that that this situation was really truth until we pulled out my demos. When I pulled out my demos and I let him hear the demos, and then he played Bow Wow's track and he compared our styles. And he said, man, you know what? He said, man, I'm going to sign you to this independent record label. And he said, man, you going to get out there and I'm going to make sure you get Lil Bow Wow attention. That's what Camoflauge said. So next thing you know, we signed the contracts. So after I signed the contract to his independent record label, I signed the contract. I was a member of his independent record label called Pure Pain Records. Once I was successfully a member of Pure Pain Records, me and Camoflauge got in the studio and we knocked out our first track. It wasn't Hot Grits. We knocked out like 2 or 3 different tracks. And at this time I had a up north flow. You know what I'm saying? I used to rap like dudes from New York, you know what I'm saying? And I was on some little shit, some little Bow Wow shit, but that's really my style. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, he just made it famous, but whatever the case may be. But at this time, Camoflauge would sit me in the studio for hours and he would freestyle to me, man, because what he wanted me to do, he wanted me to get better. And what he started doing was rubbing off his chemistry on me. So he would sit me in the studio and just freestyle for me for hours. And he kept telling me that eventually after I get Bow Wow's attention, what he want me to do is switch my style up and start rapping on some dirty South shit. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what he kept doing. He kept grooming me like that. So, but I was already focused. I already had my mind made up that I was going to get Lil Bow Wow's attention. You know what I'm saying? And fucking with Camoflauge, that's exactly what happened. So anyway, after I signed with Camoflauge, we ended up dropping another song, which was called Hot Grits, the song that you just played. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out to that song, clap it up for that song.
That's real. That's real. Yeah, most definitely. So next thing you know, after we dropped the song Hot Grits, the song was initially supposed to be called Hot Shit. You know what I'm saying? But I was too young to cuss. I wasn't nothing but 14 at the time. So we couldn't call it Hot Shit. So we named it Hot Grits. So after we dropped Hot Grits, Camoflauge and Pure Pain Records, my team, my management at Pure Pain Records, they liked the track so much that they said, well, this is what we gonna do. We gonna put this on Camoflauge's album. Camoflauge dropped 2 albums under Universal Records. The first album was called Strictly for the Streets. The second album was called Keeping It Real. That's the album that I'm on. So what Camoflauge did for me, he took that single Hot Grits and he put it on his second album that he dropped under Universal Records called Keeping It Real. He made Hot Grits a single off that album. So when he made that a single off the album, Universal Records sent me all types of distribution material, you know, bumper stickers with the phrase Camoflauge featuring Micnifisent. They sent me all types of t-shirts, magazines, all types of distribution material that I can pass out, which means that I can pass out to people, which means that Universal Records invested into this single. Okay. Also, Camoflauge did a song with Birdman from Cash Money. The song was called Laying My Stunt Down. Camoflauge also made that a single off his album. So we got 2 singles off his album. Hot Grits, Laying My Stunt Down with Birdman there, featuring Birdman and Camoflauge. Okay, whatever the case may be. After we did that, after Camoflauge dropped this album, after he dropped this album, we went on a tour. Camoflauge took me on tour with him. We toured, we promoted the single, whatever the case may be. A lot of DJs was feeling the Hot Grits track. They promoted the track in all different types of cities. You know what I'm saying? Things was swell. Things was going very well. The next thing you know, Camoflauge got dropped from Universal Records because he caught a murder charge and they felt like he was too much of a liability. But what they didn't know was that his independent label was prepared for this opportunity because they done learned so much from dealing with the major record label that they felt it was best for them not to even fuck with Universal anyway. So they was cool. So Camoflauge, so when they dropped Camoflauge, Camoflauge had another deal coming up. So now Pure Pain Records consisted of Camoflauge, me, on some Bow Wow shit. You know, we had a producer named Fat Boy who made all our beats. Fat Boy went on to, after Camoflauge got killed, Fat Boy went on to make the beat for Gucci Mane and Plies for the song called Wasted. Lifestar, Rockstar, Wasted. Then he made a beat for Young Jeezy, my president black. His name is Fat Boy. He was me and Camoflauge's producer. He made every beat me and Camoflauge ever rapped on. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so at this time, after Camoflauge got dropped from the label, it was me, Fat Boy, Camoflauge, and we had another rapper from Texas named Ron Bad Daddy. We were Pure Pain Records. So we went on to promote new music after Camoflauge got dropped from that label. And the next thing you know, another label came to us and wanted to sign Camoflauge by itself for like a $2 or $3 million contract. Camoflauge was so real that he said, look, I ain't signing by myself. I got a family now. My independent label ready. I got a little Micnifisent on some Bow Wow shit. The other rapper we had, Ron Bad Daddy, he was on some pimp shit. His image was to be like a pimp. Then we had Fat Boy, who was the producer. He was superb with his beat making. And Camoflauge had faith in us as a crew, as a family. So he told that label, if y'all gonna sign me, y'all gonna sign my whole Pure Pain family. And they agreed to do it. So they told Camoflauge, okay, well, we gonna sign all y'all. And they gave us the contracts. You got to think this was in the year 2000. This was in the year 2002. So when they gave us the contracts, I got contracts from this record label. I ain't gonna mention who the major record label was. But when they gave us the contract, that was my first time ever witnessing a real contract. You know, it had the gold stamping on it, the gold. It had the laminated. It was laminated in plastic. It had the arrow that say sign here, embezzled in gold and all this shit. You know, so I sent the contract to my mom's. She ran it through the lawyers and all this whole shit. All right, so they told Camoflauge, we gonna sign this contract. We gonna split the money up between Camoflauge and his Pure Pain family. And Camoflauge, you got 6 months to sign this contract. So they told Camoflauge to stay the fuck out the streets, stay out of trouble, stop fighting in the clubs and shooting, stop doing crazy shit. And we gonna sign the contracts within 6 months. Before that 6 months ended, Camoflauge ended up getting killed. Camoflauge ends up getting killed, you know what I'm saying? So that hindered the whole process of the deal that he had in order for us. But mind you, before Camoflauge got killed, we was writing a song in the studio, and Camoflauge told me, he said, Mike, I want you to put this in your rap. I say, what's that? He said, put this in your rap, Mike. Even Lil Bow Wow want to be like Mike. You know what I'm saying? That's what Camoflauge told me to put in one of my rap songs. I say, Flauge, that man just made a movie called Like Mike. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, yeah, just put this in your rap, though. Put that shit in your rap. And I remember I did that in a song. That's before he died. But anyway, okay, after he got killed, me, Fat Boy, and Wrong Bad Daddy, just the three of us, we picked up his slack and we promoted new music on tour. And the next thing you know, we had got called to do a showcase in Las Vegas, you know what I'm saying, to potentially get another record label deal. So we go to Las Vegas, me, Fat Boy, and Wrong Bad Daddy, and we went to Las Vegas. We performed at the Spro Club. We stayed at the Stratosphere Hotel. And when we performed at the club, Lala was hosting the event. Around this time, Lala Anthony, she was a VJ at this time. But she was hosting the event. You had Julia Beverly there from the Ozone Awards. She owned Julia Beverly. She was the owner of the Ozone Awards. You had Cassidy in the building, J Hood in the building, Sheik Luch. You had Ray J in the building. And you know, so we performed when it was our time to perform, you know what I'm saying? Because all those individuals that I just named, they had people with them, you know what I'm saying, who was also performing at that showcase. Like Ray J had people with him that was performing. Then you had all these other people, they had people with them that was performing. And we was representing Camoflauge, and we was also performing because we wanted another record label deal. So by the time they called us to the stage, me, Fat Boy, Wrong Bad Daddy and shit, we go on stage and we perform. And while I was performing, I had dropped my song against Bow Wow that Camoflauge told me to write. You know what I'm saying? And I said in the song, I said, hey, yo, I'm hot like a stolen car at a stoplight. Who gonna stop Mike? Better get their mind right. Better keep their rhymes tight, cause they weaker than water. Old heads better hide their daughter, cause I'm the first round draft pick. Everything I spit is a classic. Couldn't see me with Steve Urkel glasses. And I'm burning up the charts cause I'm a microphone fiend. I'm on fire, baby, like a light and gasoline. Yeah, I got them howling out. Who that kid? I'm the big bad wolf. Now where them 3 little pigs so I can blow their house down with these flows they tight. And even Lil Bow Wow wanna be like Mike. So when I dropped that right there, the bomb dropped. It ended the whole show. Lala Anthony start jumping up on couches. Ray J start jumping up on tables. Cassidy start going crazy. Everybody start going crazy because I was the youngest in the club. This was an adult club. So next thing you know, Miss Julia Beverly from the Ozone Awards, around this time, she never had the Ozone Awards. She only had the Ozone magazine. So she runs up to me with the microphone. And she was like, hey, did you just diss Lil Bow Wow? Then Lala run up on me with the microphone, asking me the same question. I was already professionally trained on what to say and how to respond to these people. So I told them to holler at my manager. He got their booking information and all this whole shit. All right. That's when Miss Julia Beverly said, hey, I want to interview you for the Ozone magazine. I want to put you on the front page of the magazine. And I also want to influence this issue between you and Bow Wow. She asked me what hotel were we staying at. I told her we was staying at the Stratosphere Hotel in Las Vegas. So next thing you know, we go. She told me she was going to meet me the next morning to do the interview. So the next morning, I'm in the hotel, ready to do the interview. And I pissed my mama off that morning because I bought some trick dice from the mall that's in the hotel in Las Vegas. I bought some trick dice and I start gambling with these older guys, and I was getting all their money, and my mama knew she knew what the hell I was doing. So she got on my line about that, and I got mad. And I told mama, man, this ain't no trick dice. Mind your business and shit like that. So next thing you know, due to the fact that I reacted the way I reacted to my mom. She say, well, you know what? You gonna put these ugly ass clothes on because I know that you got that interview today with that lady from last night at the club who be taking all them pictures with that camera. She say, you gonna wear these ugly ass clothes. I start crying. I say, mama, don't put clothes like that. You feel what I'm saying? You know this lady about to take pictures. You know what I'm saying? Don't make me put on no ugly clothes. The clothes was not ugly to my mama. They was pretty. They was decent to her. But they was ugly to me. I had way more fly shit. Pure Pain, fucking with Camoflauge. I had fucking with Camoflauge and Pure Pain. I had all types of shit. I had jerseys and all types. I could have wore some real fly shit on the O's in that magazine, on the front of that magazine cover. Okay, so next thing you know, so she made me put on some red Perry Ellis bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? So I put the shit on. I'm in tears and shit. I go do the interview. Next thing you know, I do the interview with the lady. She asked me about Bow Wow. She asked me about my relationship with Camoflauge. She asked me all types of things. All right, we finished the interview. I go back to Pure Pain Studios. We fly back to Pure Pain Studios, flying over the Grand Canyon from Las Vegas. We fly back to the Pure Pain Studios. 2 weeks later, Miss Julia Beverly from the Ozone magazine, she had sent me like 13 boxes of magazines for my distribution material for me to pass out to people in my neighborhood or just to pass out. She sent 13 boxes of magazines. And when I opened up the box, I seen that the magazine had me on the front cover. I made the front cover of the Ozone magazine. And she also sent me a big ass plaque, you know what I'm saying? That confirms that a person or artist made it on her front cover. Like I am, and mind you, this was before she had the award show. Okay, so basically, so long story short, after the magazine came out, it's funny that you spoke on Stacktown Gutter and that he called and said what's up.
Stacktown Gutter said you got him into music right after.
Yeah,
so you missed that part of his session. He said he got into music right after you.
Okay, that's real. I had to take a phone call, but yeah, so next thing you know.
And wait, hold on.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know Stack knew me from Legacy.
Exactly.
So like
you was a hell yeah. But anyway, so next thing you know, after the magazines come out, me and Stacktown was sitting in the car. Me and Stacktown wasn't nothing but like where we were. We were nothing but like 14. We was 15 years old, sitting in the car, flipping through the magazine, smoking a blunt. And next thing you know, we hear on the radio, little Bow Wow song come on the radio. You know what I'm saying? They call me Bow. They call me Bow. Wow, the Don the Dutch. Ask your girl, man, she know what's up. They call me Bow. Wow, the Don the Dutch. Get out my face, homie. Don't get smacked up.
Chat, if you still in here, like the live. Come on. We almost at 20K likes.
Yeah, that's real.
Get the 20K likes. Just keep liking the screen.
Yeah, that's real, man. All right, so next thing you know, so the song Bow Wow dropped against me. That song was called The Don the Dutch. You feel me? So you can go look that up. And what he did was he took the first two bars out of my diss verse that I spit at that showcase in front of Lala and Ray J them when I said I'm hot like a stolen car at a stoplight. Who gonna stop Mike? In his diss verse, he says, you think you better whatever, homie, I ain't the source, and I'ma catch you at the light and I'ma dust your Porsche. You feel what I'm saying?
Mike,
then he start talking about the clothes I had on. Ain't no rapper, my same age. Huh?
You just went in and out.
What you say, Mark? Say it again, an airplane flying in the sky. What you say?
You had went in and out for a second.
Oh, okay. Well, like I said, the nigga diss song, he was like, he took two bars out of my diss verse and included it in his diss song. Like I told you, when I spit my raps against him at that showcase in front of Lala and Ray J them, the first two bars of my tracks said, I'm hot like a stolen car at a stoplight. Who gonna stop Mike? Right. In his diss track, the Don the Dutch, you gonna hear him say, ain't no rapper. No. Yeah, he say, ain't no rapper. My same age. Spit flows like me and da-da-da. No, hold on. He say, you think you better whatever, homie. I ain't the source. And I'ma catch you at the light and I'ma dust your Porsche. Ain't no rapper. My same age. Go listen to it. It's called the Don the Dutch.
Wait, hold on. You ain't never respond to that?
Man, I'ma tell you, man. Look, man. It's a reason. Listen. Ex Stacktown Gutter. When me and Stacktown Gutter was in the car and we heard Bow Wow shit come on the radio and he was dissing me, man, we start going crazy, man. I wasn't mad. We was happy. Man, Stacktown say, Mike, he talking about you. I say, oh shit, that's Lil Bow Wow. That nigga talking about me.
I don't know.
Like,
we need you.
I was loving it.
We still need you to get at Mike. We probably still need you to get back at Bow, man.
Man, listen, I got back at him, but it ain't get out. But that was Bow Wow.
Drop it. We'll put a bomb on that one.
You say drop it?
Yeah, get on that nigga, man.
All right, check it out.
Too old. Nah, I'm playing. Like, I'm playing. Don't do it right now.
Check it out. Yeah, but check it out though. Yeah, at the end of the day, we was going crazy though, man, because that's Lil Bow Wow. You know, that nigga had the power, he had the juice, he had the rap game. So for me to get that nigga attention, me and Stacktown, we was very excited because that was an opportunity right there to capitalize off on. You feel what I'm saying? But unfortunately, shit went left with Pure Pain Records, and I dropped the kitty shit, and I went to the streets. Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? Because they was telling me, man, fuck that Bow Wow kitty shit, man. You about to be 16. You know what I'm saying? Represent for Camoflauge, man. They just killed Camoflauge, man. Time to get on some street shit. They didn't know that they was floating my boat, cause I got raised and groomed to rap by gangsters in the streets and shit like that. So they was just flow. I couldn't wait to start rapping like that. So what we did was we put the Bow Wow shit down, said fuck that shit, and we dropped our first diss track against them niggas that killed Camoflauge. You know what I'm saying? That was my first official street record. You know what I'm saying? And we was in Pure Pain Studios when we dropped it. You know what I'm saying? And from there, I hit the streets. But that's my story, man. I appreciate your time. But go look that shit up.
You.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, y'all go look that shit up though. Lil Bow Wow, the diss track he dropped against me around that time. You know, that's a part of my legacy, man. So you know, everybody should be a part. Everybody should be proud of things that they accomplished in their life because it's your testimony. You got that right to share your testimony with the world. So that was an experience of mine. That was an experience of mine, dog.
Only thing I want to say, Mike, man, like focus on more consistency and stuff like this, because I'm gonna upload this whole album. I'm gonna throw it up on my YouTube and stuff, and then eventually you gonna get on bigger platforms. Watch how big you be in 6 months.
Because one step at a time.
You got a story.
I need people like you. I need people like you to help make that dream come true, man. But guess what? From here on out, you know, I just feel like, you know, with me just being fresh out the feds, I only been home for like 2.5 months. I just served 8 years behind the wall. You know, with every step that I take in a positive direction, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna complain about it, as long as I'm doing something constructive and positive. So I need people like you to help me infuse that spirit. You feel me? So keep grinding.
Cheer it up for my boy. All right, man. Take care.
Keep
love, Mike.
Too, man. Keep grinding. You on your way too, bro.
Sure. Love.
I love, bro.
Chat. It was a real one today. I appreciate y'all. Tomorrow, who knows if I do this segment again, the music review, I might do the music.